Hello everybody, this is a video review of the BPS Mini Kiridashi skeleton fixed blade knife. This is one awesome little knife for everyday carry or EDC. So it has a skeletonized handle, a little loop here for a lanyard. This nice little kydex sheath has 5 ring rivets to hold it together. There's a tiny little hole right there where you can see actually the point of the blade. And I'll show how that comes into place here in a minute. So it comes with a little lanyard for the handle. The lanyard has 2 loops in it, so it's kind of a little puzzling how to put it in, but I'll show how to do that right away. So let me just show you how to take this thing out. It is in there pretty snug. So a few of the specifications: from the point to the end of the handle, it's 110 millimeters or 4.3 inches. The handle from here to here is 90 millimeters or 3.5 inches. The sharpened edge from here to here is 20 millimeters or 0.8 inches. It weighs 20 grams, which is 0.7 ounces. So it has a 57 to 59 hardness on the HRC rating. It has some knurling or some little grooves up here. Some people call that jimping for traction, so your thumb doesn't slide off. But very handy, very sharp, which I'll definitely demonstrate. So regarding that little hole in the right here, you can see if the blade is all the way in, and of course you don't want to put it in upside down. It won't go very far. But when it is in there the right way, you'll see that the tip of the blade covers that little hole, so you know it's in there far enough. All right, so the lanyard that came with it, this thing here, can be a little tricky to get both loops in that little hole right there. So I'm going to do one at a time and do it side by side, and they will stack on top of one another eventually when you get them both through there. All right, so they're both in there. Stack one loop on top of the other, like so. Put that loose end in there. And even though it seems trivial that I'm showing you how to install this thing or put it on, it actually kind of is, I believe, important for using this little pocket knife. All right, so that makes a little thing to hold on to. All right, so I made this out of paracord and just a little skull bead. And it's just I used them for zipper pulls and things like that. Also for keychains. I'm gonna put that on this, in this last little eyelet at the tip. And again, this is something that I prefer. It's not necessary, but I'll explain why I think it's necessary. All right, like that. So it does add a little decoration, but not like you could wear it exposed because it's going to be tucked in your pocket or whatever. But I hold on to this and this, or the handle, to pull it out. It is easier to hold on to this than it is to hold on to the slippery kydex. Even with this, these little grooves in there for grip, I just like holding it here. It does take a firm tug, which I think is a good thing because you don't want this coming out of the sheath while it's in your pocket, because you sit down or move wrong and you might have a hole in your body, so and an unwanted hole. So yeah, you can hold it here and that works fine, but I just like holding this part and pulling from there. So another thing you could do to this handle is you could use some shrink wrap, the heat shrink tubing, and put it on there, or you could wrap it in paracord, leather, or do whatever you want. So how sharp is this thing? So here is just a piece of thick cardstock. I have been using this thing for a few weeks, and it is great for opening up packages. It does very quick work of that. So let's really put this to the test. Here is some 2mm thick leather that I use for making sheaths and other things. All right, so it went through just, I didn't press quite hard enough at the beginning. And of course, I'm not getting it in the same groove, but it is cutting this more or less like a razor blade. So again, that's 2mm thick leather, which is kind of thin. It's not the thickest stuff I have, but it will cut through the thick leather. You just might have to go over it more than one pass. But this is probably one of the lightest in weight and most practical everyday carry knives that I have. It would be kind of, well, for self-defense, it's not the ideal weapon or ideal tool, but it is more of a tool. But if it came down to it, it would definitely be better than nothing. But it's not the reason I got it. I got it for just the usefulness, the compactability. It's so compact that you need to be careful it's not in your backpack and stuff when you fly on, you know, TSA will definitely see it and take it away from you. And I would hate for that to happen, but neat little knife. I love it. I carry it with me every day. All right. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and goodbye.